minute, and then all of tomorrow. I really would miss tomorrow if I were you guys, because we're going to be doing basically all of, is it the fourth essay? That's the transportation essay? Is what we're going to happen tomorrow, okay? So let's talk about the Industrial Revolution, essentially the first one.
Students and teachers, at this time I need for all first period planning teachers to report to Gym A, and for all the boys golf team if they're not already here, and Miss Kevin Riley. Thank you.
Alright, early 1800s, we'll call this the first American Industrial Revolution, right? Late 1800s, 1890s, 1900, 1910, this is going to be the second Industrial Revolution. The first one, all of them are going to be about changes in technology. The first one, there are several inventions that are really going to change this one. The second Industrial Revolution is going to be with stuff like steel and, do what? Yeah, roads be sort of in the middle. Yeah, steel and railroads and, oil and things like this. This is going to be different. This Industrial Revolution is going to be much built on textiles, right? Making clothes and textiles. So who was Samuel Slater? Does anyone know? He's kind of the inventor of the factory system, right? The modern factory system of putting out an industrial amount of goods. And Eli Whitney is going to be on top of that. Eli Whitney's cotton gin, 1793, this is both happening in the late 1790s, is going to revolutionize America and the world and slavery in general. By the 1790s, late 1790s, it looked like slavery wasn't going to be on its way out, but slavery was beginning to become less important. Because slaves were expensive to keep, expensive to buy, and cotton was really labor intensive. Has anyone you ever seen cotton fields before?
Yeah.
To get the cotton out by hand, you're picking the cotton, you're picking the seeds out. It's a slow process. So many Southerners were thinking long term that slaves weren't going to really be an economic, a huge advantage after a while. But then the cotton gin was invented, and you could make cotton, so you could actually take the cotton plant and become so much more efficient. So, like for instance, prior hand-picking 1 pound of cotton took a day. Now they can do 3 times that, and later even more than that. Every time they got more efficient. So now you're talking 2, 3, 4, 500% faster. And now that it's 2, 3, 4, 500% faster, what are people going to start growing almost exclusively? Remember the Southwest, tobacco, indigo, cotton, a bunch of different stuff. Now what's the South going to grow?
Cotton.
Cotton. Except in the upper South, like in Kentucky, we're starting to do some tobacco. But the South goes all in on cotton. And since it's cheaper to make cotton out of the cotton gin, and they get more cotton, now what are they going to be getting more of? Slave. The cotton gin changed American slavery. And by the way, Eli Whitney didn't mean this to happen. Eli Whitney wasn't like, man, how can I make an invention that's going to make slavery an important part of America right after they change our country and eventually lead to a civil war? I know, I'll do this. But that's what happened. The cotton gin changed all of it. And so now you've got cotton coming from the South and textiles in the North. At the same time, Eli Whitney also invented the idea of interchangeable parts in machinery. Why is this going to be valuable in having interchangeable parts?
Because you can fix things more easily.
Yeah, if something breaks before, you got to build a whole new whatever, right? A gun or whatever. But now once you have interchangeable parts, every machine is made up of smaller parts. What happens if one little small part breaks? You just replace that one little small part, right? So this is also going to allow businesses to invest more money in machinery, more money in cotton, more money in textiles, and the economy will begin to take off slowly, and by the 1830s, it becomes a bigger deal. Okay, questions on that? So then, sewing machines. Obviously, if we're going to be getting all this cotton, and we're going to have these industrial systems, sewing machines is going to be important. Elias Howe, 1846, invents the first sewing machine, and then Isaac Singer again makes it a better version of it. You ever heard the Singer machines, the Isaac Singer spinners? So people and businesses are able to produce tons and tons of textiles. This is later in the middle of the 19th century, but yeah.
Women in the
Absolutely, we're going to get to that because it's going to start changing the social structure because women are going to be working
Teachers,
more.
at this time, we need all people in the east wing to come to the main gym. Everybody in the east wing, the main gym. Again, everybody in the east wing, the main gym.
Okay, we're also going to have changes in other stuff. What's Charles Goodyear going to invent? Or not invent, what's he going to...
Tires.
Well, not necessarily tires. It's a process he's going to invent. Vulcanizing rubber. You ever heard of vulcanized rubber? Rubber actually comes from trees. I know you're all you little geeks are thinking about Spock and stuff. That's what my daughter will be thinking. Rubber comes from trees. There's an incredible book. It's really sad. It's called The Ghost of King Leopold. It's about how the Belgians created slaves in Africa to get rubber from trees.
At this time, we need everybody in the west wing to report to the main gym. Again, everybody in the west
yet.
wing. Because the
Hold on.
upstairs, west wing and upstairs, the main gym.
So, I'll get this done first. So what's going to happen, since he can vulcanize rubber, rubber isn't just used for tires, it's used for tons of stuff, right? The what? It's cheaper to make, it's also more durable than some of the goods they're making in like industrial processes. So all of these inventions are helping revolutionize the American economy. Now tomorrow, we'll get to telegraphs, textile industry. You can see in 45 minutes we got pretty far. Stop the thing, please.